In this video, I'm going to show you how you can go from 0 to your first 10K with organic dropshipping. So first off, what exactly is organic dropshipping? Organic dropshipping is simply dropshipping, but you don't actually pay for the marketing. So you just post normal videos and content on social media. So first off, who am I? My name is Diego. I'm 18 years old. I was in uni, I was working until I found organic dropshipping and it completely changed my life within 2 months. Okay, so just in case you need any more proof, here for example, I had my first viral video and it printed me 10K in revenue within 13 hours. This store is currently still sitting at around like 6K days. And here you can see a video my manufacturer sent me from my 3PL where they actually produced my supplements. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can replicate the same results because it's stupid easy. Okay, so as I mentioned, 2 months ago, I was still in uni and I was doing ecom, but I was losing money. Now, why exactly was I losing money? I'm gonna break this down in 1 second. So, to explain why I was losing money, I gotta show you what changed before I became profitable and after I became profitable. Before turning profitable, I was just focused on finding a winning product. I was building a product page and not a real funnel. I was avoiding funneling in general because I thought added friction would mean lower conversion rate. I was straight up ripping videos from Kalo data. I was just blindly copying long form natives from Claude. And I was cheaping out on creatives even though I ran meta ads mostly. So, in contrast, after I turned profitable, I was focused on building proper creatives. I started building funnels and abusing funnels to warm up my traffic onto the product page and increase my conversion extremely. I was making my own creatives properly. I was not cheaping out on creatives anymore, and I added organic. The reason I stopped running paid ads only was because I needed to regain a bit of capital. And organic is basically the only free way in e-commerce to advertise your product. And I'm gonna show you my exact strategy I used to produce those results. So, with everything that changed, what actually stayed was my work ethic and my confidence that I knew even though I'm at 0, I can make this work. So even if you're at a low point in ecom right now, it doesn't matter. One viral organic video will make you 10-20K, so no problem. Because AI basically evened the whole playing field in ecom and there's no barrier to entry anymore. How do you actually need to think to succeed in 2026? You need to think like a marketing agency owner, simply because marketing is everything in ecom. Think about it. The people that before couldn't make a store or anything can now easily do that with AI. So the barrier to entry is very low and you have loads of competition. The competition shifted from product selection and building your store and everything to nearly all marketing. And I'm going to show you in this video how you can outcompete literally 99% of other dropshippers. And the blueprint I'm about to show you is exactly how I went from those results. Like here you can see barely $1,000 in revenue within 1 week. Here you can see my negative ROAS of 0.2. Here you can see me only doing like 6 sales, or even here just completely blowing money on campaigns, to the results I showed you before where I was printing and being able to live off ecom. And that all happened within 2 months. So I'm going to give you the whole framework on how I achieved my first 10K in ecom and how you can too. So first off, you gotta think of a problem or a pain point. In organic especially, the competition doesn't really matter that much compared to paid ads because nobody can really outbid you. It's all about the amount of content you put out. So for example, you can take a really saturated product, like let's say a weight loss supplement. The most important thing is that the pain must be easy to visualize with results. If you take some weird product like let's say a gardening hose, it will perform really poorly in organic marketing. And the main reason is that you can't really showcase interesting before and after results. Then once you pick the pain, you're going to research for a product. The product just needs to solve this pain. You can just go to any AI and say, here's the problem I'm trying to solve. Name the 10 best products that solve this problem or pain point. Then you're just going to build your funnel. The reason I'm saying funnel here is because most dropshippers actually don't understand that your store is so much more than just a product page. I will make a tutorial on this in the future, but for now, just remember, everything that happens before the user lands on your product page will massively pre-warm your traffic and it will improve your conversion rate by like tenfold. So then the last missing step to actually launching a proper store is to start marketing. So in ecom, there's 2 main ways of marketing. On the one side, we have paid ads. I did a breakdown of this yesterday. You can check out the video. And in yesterday's video, we created an ad in this style within literally 10 minutes. It's crazy. And then there's organic, which I'm about to break down now. So let's start with the pros of organic. Organic marketing is so fucking cheap because you don't pay any advertising costs. It's easy to make. It's completely completely easy to automate, and it's spammable. Organic is a game of pure output. The more you post, the more money you make. The cons of organic is though, it's hardly scalable because, for example, with paid ads, you could just increase your budget. With organic, you need to manage more accounts. You have a lower conversion rate. Organic can sometimes be really unpredictable, and it sometimes just feels like gambling because you cannot tell which video is going to perform well and which will flop. So in comparison to paid ads, for example, a video could not flop in paid ads because you're literally paying for the distribution. In organic, you can spend 10 hours making the perfect video and the algorithm just randomly decides it's not your day. So now I'm going to show you the two main types of organic ads. Number one, which you probably all know, is those product showcase videos. Just a video of somebody holding their product which they are selling and then having a link in their bio. I mean, this works, but it used to work way better in like 2016, and you actually need your own product to film yourself, and overall it just takes a lot of time, is hardly automatable, and there's just better ways to do it with AI now. So the way I'm gonna break down now is organic slideshows just like these. As you can see here, it's just a very simple AI avatar with a before and an after picture. There's just a product picture on the last slide with a little code down here just because this account is ran by an affiliate system. As you can see here, they literally picked an easy to visualize problem, which is fat loss. Then they just made a transformation slideshow before and after, and then just showed their product. What you could also do if you don't want to hard sell as much, you could just take those two slides without a product picture, and then when someone asks you in the comments how you achieved it, you're gonna send your product link. And the craziest part is making those slideshows literally takes like 10 seconds. It's the easiest thing ever, and I'm gonna show you how to do it right now inside of Claude. Okay, so here I have someone else running the exact same system, and we're just gonna try to replicate something similar inside of Claude now. So what you are going to do is screenshot this picture. You could also use your own picture or from someone on Pinterest or whatever. Just take a picture of a person you basically want your AI avatar to look like, because this will be the foundation for your avatar. Okay, so once we're inside of Claude, we can just paste the picture in, and then we're gonna say something like this. So what I'm telling Claude to do now here is create a JSON prompt using Polaris, which is a MCP connector, to recreate an archetype of this person and remove on-screen UI elements and captions. Now, JSON is basically just a format AI can work with efficiently, and Polaris is basically a product with which Claude can directly within the chat generate everything. I'm gonna show you how to set it up yourself real quick. So the first thing you gotta do is head to polarisugc.com and make an account. Once you're inside of your dashboard, you're gonna go down here to connect with Claude. Then a tutorial opens. You're just gonna follow this and copy the URL. Then you're gonna head back to Claude, press on this little plus here. Then you're gonna go to connectors, hover on add connectors, and press add a custom connector. You're gonna paste the link you just got and name this Polaris. That's it. Then you're just gonna press on add here. So once you did that, you're ready to hit enter on your prompt. Actually keep this prompt really simple because it can be that Claude will refuse to generate this prompt. The only reason why Claude sometimes refuses it is because it thinks you're infringing someone's personal rights. So you're just gonna say, give me a JSON prompt for this image. I don't want UI elements and captions. Use Polaris. So once Claude actually generates everything, you're gonna say you want it with GPT image 2 just because that always gives the most realistic results. And you will always say you want 2K resolution minimum. You can also go for 4K. The aspect ratio should always be 9:16 because you're making it mobile and TikTok optimized. And you can see once Claude has all the information, it's gonna connect to Polaris, and then you can see it starts generating directly within the chat. Okay, so now we actually have the first image. Now, in my opinion, this image looks really good for an after image, but if you don't like something, just tell Claude on here how we should regenerate it. And you can just go ahead and download it right here. So then for making the before image for the transformation, you're just gonna say, perfect, take the just generated image, and then what you want to modify for your before transformation. It could be giving the character acne, it could be making the character fat or bloated, whatever. And then you're gonna see the render starts directly in the chat once again. So you can see here, it took the same character and made a more bloated version. Now you can see this version is also like a bit more pale and doesn't really exactly look like the same person. So what you can do is take this downloaded image you had before, and you're just gonna take it into Claude again and say regenerate, and just say everything you currently don't like. So I said that the skin tone drifted off a bit, and that you also should give her a black pullover instead of the same gray one. Okay, and so you can see we now have the proper before image, and this looks actually crazy. Like, this would 100% go viral just like this as a slideshow. So that's basically the whole tutorial on how you create those slideshows yourself. And they seem super organic, and they have huge virality potential. Now I would recommend you to make a bit more variety. So for example, you see we basically have like studio portraits on both characters. Now this would be alright for like one video, but especially if you do multiple, the account should still look native. So just put the character in different common settings and generate native photos. So you can see here, I just told Claude to use the bloated version as a reference and put the version in another common photo setting. Then it just asked me which setting and I said coffee shop table. And now it starts generating inside of Polaris again. So you can see it generated the other picture, and it's really easy to mass produce content that looks native just like this. And if you ever don't like anything, just simply reprompt it directly in the chat. And one little tip is always, when you do captions, think of a concept that can rage bait and engagement bait the people a little bit. So for example, if your concept is giving a few workout tips, then you're gonna say that the people need to eat like 500 gram protein per day. Because people are gonna comment about it and ask and call out your bullshit. And that will drive engagement immensely. Yeah, so that's basically the whole method how I made my first 10K with organic. And as you saw, it's stupid easy and literally everybody can copy it. I mean, I could show this to my fucking 5-year-old brother and he would probably make bands. In organic, the only thing you can do wrong is that you just don't take action. So I'm gonna tell you, if you actually start this today and go through with everything, you will hit your first 10K month this month. So it's completely up to you. I gave you the whole playbook, all the resources. If you just do what I'm telling you here, I guarantee you, you will make money. If you still have any questions or need any further help, I put a Discord server below. The link is in the comments, with the link to Polaris UGC2. So if you have problems, join the Discord and just ask me. I'm glad to help everyone who actually wants to make this work. So start right now. And if you need more information or are looking at other methods to make dropshipping work, like for example paid ads, you can also look at my other videos or once again hit me up on Discord. And of course subscribe if you want to learn more about this.